Hey Virgos, what is going on? Welcome to your Aries season Tarotscope. So as per usual, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For these Aries season Tarotscopes, I'm doing a 3-card spread, direct, to the point, in true Aries fashion. The one thing that came through, and of course this may not apply to everyone, but is this like worried about finances, trying to make ends meet. Like they were showing me the energy of the Two of Pentacles of like, oh, like I need to move resources over here, like this needs to be paid off, or now I have another expense and this needs to go here. There also could be this energy of you might be working at one job, but truly wanting to start your own business or do something else. You're doing multiple part-time jobs and it's just getting to be overwhelming. And so there needs to be a change naturally if it's feeling overwhelming, because that's a very powerful energy to have to deal with. And of course, we know Virgos, at the start of Aries season, we have Mercury retrograde. Mercury is your ruling planet. We also have Venus retrograde, and we're moving through the eclipses with the South Node currently being in Virgo. So we had that really intense total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo on March 14th. The partial solar eclipse will be happening in Aries on March 29th. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, confused, frustrated, especially when it comes to earth energy or specifically finances, this is completely normal. Better relationships coming. But the thing is, and that could be the reason why there's frustration, is like you're not connecting with the right people. And since we're not connecting with the right people, then it's affecting our finances. And this can be people, again, that you're connecting with online, that you're connecting with in your community, that you're connecting with friendships. So if it feels good for you, Virgo, eliminate excess time with people that are not aligned. So if you need to completely hermit, turn your phone off and just go inward this Aries season, that's a vibe to then reclaim your mind, reclaim your peace, and reclaim your autonomy. There seems to be this energy, it's like there are better relationships coming, and that's where the frustration is. And that's probably where the universe is trying to like nudge you a little bit. It's like, how many times do I have to show you that the deal is not coming through? Because either you're not asking for enough, you're not promoting it in the right way, you're not selling yourself, it's like you're asking for good, but the universe wants to give you great. And so it's like that money would be good. It would suffice for like a paycheck, a month, a quarter, but that's like, we want to give you generational lifetime wealth. And maybe it's the people that you're connecting with. And humans underestimate like how one conversation, especially while you're eating a meal, you're literally ingesting this food and drinking liquid about talking about recession, fear, anxiety. It's not that it's bad to talk about those things, but if you're connecting with people every single day, like friends or your family or a partner, and that's all you ever talk about, Mercury rules Virgos. So it's that much more important to be thinking and talking and educating yourself on matters that are going to support you. And they're also showing me this energy of like vomiting out this energy. So just be mindful of what you're eating, what you're consuming. It might just be like physically being ill, but there might just be like this energetic purge that you're going through. And it feels like, yeah, it just feels more like you've consumed so much, just energy, people, and it might be food and substances. So if that's applicable, then just be mindful of that. But just if you're only consuming healthy things, like I'm not sure if any of you have ever had a really intense surgery or even like a colonoscopy, which is like this notion of you have to be like so restrictive of what you're eating before and after the procedure, and it is like everything is getting released and it's like your body's just flushing everything out before then this new layer of health or a new foundation for your body, your mind, your spirit can take place. So it just feels like, albeit frustrating, that is a part of what these transits are teaching Virgos especially. It's like what you have consumed and what you are filtering through is directly going to reflect on your body. This can even be like body pain, acne, the mental duress that you might be going through. It's like, what are we consuming? And is it aligned for where you're going? And just be very, very mindful of what and whom you are connecting with. There might also be this energy too where some of you are being called to work with a mentor really intimately, one-on-one. Yeah. Where that gets to be a really strong source of love and inspiration, like this pure light that just completely radiates from within your body. So if that's applicable, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to pay for that, but if there's someone that you really love it's likely that they have books, a podcast, interviews that you can just completely consume and get nourished by that individual, okay? Cards we pulled, Virgo, the 10 of Wands with the 8 of Swords and the High Priestess. So a lot of this is like physical and mental pain. What did we just talk about? The cards are dragging you a little bit, Virgo, but there's this notion of the High Priestess, of this spiritual connection of being protected right now. That's what I'm saying. It just feels like the notion of man's rejection is God's protection, truly, with these cards, where you might be feeling frustrated that you're working so hard, that you're doing all the right things, that it's not working. It's like those things aren't meant to work. Those relationships, those contracts aren't meant to work. There likely is something where it's supposed to be a lot easier. You're not meant to work as hard physically and mentally, because if we can surrender, and this might also be an invitation, Virgo, to lean more into your spiritual and religious practices, whatever that means for you. And if you're not overly spiritual or religious, which it would be interesting how this video found you if you're not, but if you aren't, then it's like, how do I need to connect back with my own spirit, my own soul, with my own being, and come back to what I want and need to alleviate some of this? Because it does seem like you're going through a really challenging time, especially given that the bottom card is the 3 of Swords. So there might be some kind of heartbreak, pain, frustration. This could be also like spiritual pain and frustration or heartbreak, where you're just like, why? So with the High Priestess being the major arcana in the spread, being a very powerful energy, just be very aware of the spiritual signs, synchronicities, messages, your dream state. You might be sleeping a lot, and that's perfectly fine. The transits that are affecting Virgo specifically during this eclipse season is a lot. So if you're being called to rest, if you're called back to certain things, people, places, please trust that and reach out for that support when you need it, all right? So that is our general Aries season Tarotscope, Virgos. Of course, if you want a host of spiritual and astrological resources, come find me at The Alchemy Point, Stillwater Alchemy's online community. Every single month, I host live Astro Hours where members can ask me whatever they want. Tarot, look at their natal chart, just get that one-on-one love and support. The next Astro Hours will be taking place on April 3rd and April 5th. And if you want to go way more in depth with a tarot reading, with an astrology reading, or coaching or mentorship, you can find all that information on Stillwater Alchemy's website. I'll put the description for that in the below. And I'm wishing you a beautiful, restful, integrative Aries season. All right? Mwah.